Today is Sunday, August 25th. It is 6:17 a.m. I got an offer from DoorDash. It is going to be going to Pink Box, $7, 2.7 miles. Well, I'm almost done with my goal for making my $420 for the week. I only have to make about $35 today, so it's going to be a short day. And yeah, considering it's Sunday and this is a busy day where most people are ordering a lot of stuff, I should be done really quick today. Just have to get around this truck that's blocking my way. I have to cut through this gas station. I guess that there's a big tanker over here. It's filling up the gas tanks for the gas station. And I guess that's their only way to get the job done, is to block people's access to getting to the donut shop. All right, let's see how busy the donut shop is. There's just one car I see in the drive-thru, and there's nobody else in the parking lot. So hopefully I'll get my donuts right away. Hello. Got the order in the car. It's a huge order, considering it's just a $7 order that I'm gonna get for this. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna put the order up on the screen so you can see just how much they ordered. It's 3 dozen donuts, so that's 3 boxes of donuts. They ordered one small box of donuts, those little mini bite donuts. So that's four different sizes of boxes of donuts. Then 2 coffees. So this is considering this is Pink Box, and Pink Box is not cheap. They got a lot of stuff, and then to only have a $10. I mean, basically they probably only tipped like $5 or something like that. So I mean, the money to mile ratio is good, but for an order this size, I'm surprised it's not at least $10 to deliver. But at any rate, I got it, and it's going to be a house, and it's going to be a leave at the door. And the order, when I got to Pink Box, wasn't even started yet. I walked in and I told them the name of the customer, and the employee looked confused. She thought she didn't have any delivery orders to work on. So she was like looking around, and she saw the slip of paper like by the register. And she's like, "Oh, this is gonna take a while," and it did. It took somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes for them to put the order together. So yeah. So this was a. If I could go back in time, I don't think I would take this offer. The only way I'm gonna change my mind is if suddenly the amount of money I'm getting is much higher than what it was originally quoted. DoorDash is known for hiding the tips, so it could be much higher. Uber Eats, no, they don't. They tell you up front exactly what it's going to be, and now the person may reduce it or they may increase it, but DoorDash is the only one that actually will hide the tip. Like, they'll actually know the full amount and then just be like, "Well, we're not going to tell you until you deliver it." And it's very rare on DoorDash that the customer will increase the tip. And then for Uber Eats, they tell you they tell you the truth. They say, "This is what the customer put into the system and said they're going to pay you." And then so that's true. And then whether or not they're going to raise it or lower it, that becomes a mystery. So really, which is better? Each app has its perks and negatives, and I never know what's the best, which one I would choose over the other one. I don't know. It just depends on the offer.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
well, that turned out to be just fine. Uber Eats, $7 and a penny, 6.9 miles. No, they increased the tip, so it was not $7, it was $12. The lady that was putting my donuts together, I forgot to mention she was in a panic, and when she was putting together the little mini donuts, the one that they put in that tiny little plastic container that is infamous for popping open if you drop it, well, she dropped it and donuts went all over the floor. And there were other customers that came in and were trying to help her pick them up because I guess it slid off. It, just like I always say, that how slippery that the plastic is on that donut packaging. It is so slippery, and it easily slides off the top of the box of the larger pink box donut packaging. It is like a slip and slide, and you barely move the little box, that's the little tiny plastic box on top of the big pink box, and it will just slide right off like it's floating on air. And there's no tape or anything that's securing the lid on the tiny little box that has the donut minis. And so if that box even taps the ground, the lid just pops right off, and donuts always go flying everywhere. And so whenever I pick up donuts from Pink Box and I see those little minis, I always cringe because my mind immediately thinks, oh no, those donuts are going to hit the ground. So when I pick them up, I usually will make sure I have that little box slide close to my chest while I'm holding the box of donuts. So that way it can kind of grip onto my t-shirt as I'm walking. And then even when I put it in the back seat of my car, I set it on the floor of my car in the back seat. Chilly this morning. It is 73 degrees right now, and it's August. It is so bizarre that it is so chilly right now. Normally in August, the temperature in the morning is at least in the mid 80s. Next one coming up is from DoorDash. It is going to McDonald's, driving 3.6 miles. Getting $7. My toilet is making a weird water running sound. So I went on Amazon and I ordered one of those flappers. I guess the flapper will solve the problem, I think. I think that's the only thing that seems to always break in a toilet. And it's because, the water eventually destroys the rubber of that flapper in the toilet thing. So it was only like $6 on Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow. Time is 7:29 a.m. and this is only the second offer I've gotten so far. It's been real quiet this morning, but I'm not surprised. Usually on a Sunday morning, the only things I usually get are donut orders, and then if there's an emergency, I'll get some kind of Walgreens shopping order for somebody that needs like some kind of feminine hygiene product or a Plan B contraceptive or something like that. Or maybe someone will have the munchies and they'll want to have a bunch of like Cheetos or one of those spicy, those really hot spicy Cheetos or something. But for the most part, it's usually just donuts and breakfast items this morning. On Sundays, I don't get that many Starbucks orders. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe people don't want to be heavily caffeinated, or maybe the flavor of Starbucks is associated with having to start your work day, is all I can think. Because there's really no reason why people wouldn't want to have Starbucks in the morning. Let's see if it's crowded. No, it doesn't look crowded. I guess I'll park. Oh gosh, it's too hard to turn into the delivery parking spot. I'll just park over here. Thank you. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be going to a house. It's 2 minutes from here, 0.6 miles. I have a gate code. It's a leave at the door, and then they give me some kind of directions on, how to specifically find their house. Navigation took me the wrong way. It tried to get me to go into a opening that you can't get into. It's completely sealed off. So this supposedly short trip is now suddenly a much longer trip. Let's get this day on the road. They should have put on the instructions. They put all these detailed instructions, and they didn't bother to mention that the entrance is not off of Valley Verde. That would have been a great help.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. Additional instructions are provided in the Dasher app.
Yeah, no additional instructions. Yeah, now I'm at $19, so I'm making my way closer and closer to the goal of $35. If you ever get in a situation and you're trying to deliver and the app takes you to a turn that isn't even a turn, it's actually some kind of like locked gate or whatever. Oh, something's coming in. $6.50 to go back to McDonald's and do another delivery. Oh no. The money to mile ratio is now too great. It was borderline, but now because I've driven so far away from that McDonald's, it's not worth it. So yeah, if ever you're doing this job and you get stuck at a gate, Uber Eats $2, 2.5 miles, no. Just use your sense. You have to use your real sense of direction to figure out how to get in, because common sense, when I saw where I couldn't turn, would have told me to just keep driving, continue on forward. But what I had to do was make a U-turn and circle back, and then head to like instead of continue to travel north, I had to travel south, and then I had to travel to the east. I'm trying to modify my granola bar recipe. I want to add more omega-3 to my peanut butter granola bars. So I'm just trying to experiment, but I'm worried I'm going to ruin the flavor of the granola bars, which I don't think I can, because when you add honey and peanut butter to the recipe, it sort of overpowers anything else you're going to throw in there. So like right now, the only things I add to my peanut butter granola bar recipe that gives it omega-3s is I add some olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil, and then I add walnuts. DoorDash, so Walgreens, $5.50 for 3.6 miles. That's a no. And yeah, and then of course I add the old-fashioned oatmeal, not the quick 1 minute oatmeal, the rolled oats oatmeal, and that's what gives it all like the fiber and helps to slow the digestion and helps it so I stay full longer. And it's a really good snack. It's really my only go-to snack that I have whenever I want something sweet or salty. That's what I have. And I like that it has no preservatives or any kind of weird chemical garbage in it. Next one on the list is going to be from Uber Eats, and I'm going to be shopping for, I believe it's 10 items, and I'm getting $13.60, and I'm going to have to drive 3.7 miles. And I'm shopping for bagels, 24 pack of water, mini watermelon, another mini watermelon, bananas, tomatoes, carrots, dressing, bacon, and Chobani no-fat vanilla Greek yogurt.
Turn right. Turn left, then pick up on the right.
Man, I'm not gonna have room for the water. Well, they want 4 cases of water, so I've got to go get a cart. I should say I have to get a larger cart. Well, check out this order that I got. 4 cases of water, 3 watermelons. Man, this is crazy heavy. So I'm praying it's not going to go to a second floor apartment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's all loaded in the car. We're going to be traveling 2.4 miles, 7-minute drive. We're going to be going to an apartment, and it's a leave at the door.
Using the left 2 lanes, turn left on South Green Valley Parkway.
This delivery is going to be very hard to do. That's all I have to say. It's going to be very hard to do. I'm going to have to first park at the location. Then I'm going to have to go walk without any of the groceries and make sure I'm going to the right door. Then I got to walk back to the car and try to load as many things as I can onto my flatbed cart and get as close as I can to the front door so I don't have to carry all those cases of water and all 3 of those heavy watermelons up too many flights of stairs. Here's some good news. After this delivery, I will only need to make $2 to $3 more to reach my goal. So I may just, after this one, just stop. I'll leave the app on, and if I make it home, I'm just going to wrap up at home, and we will count our monies. And if I'm a little bit under the goal, that's going to be just fine.
Turn right to stay on North Green Valley Parkway, then turn right to stay on North Green Valley Parkway, then turn left. Keep right, then drop off on the right.
Well, it says it's this building. Ooh. Whew, man. I have to say, overall, it wasn't too bad. I was worried at first because when I arrived, it looked like there was no ramp. It looks like there was multiple $10 and a penny, 14 miles. It looked like there was a ramp. I mean, there wasn't a ramp. There was just a step that I'd have to deal with. So I would have to transfer everything off the cart and then back onto the cart to manage that one particular step. Luckily, it was still the first floor, so there were no stairs. There was just a single step I had to deal with, and I was like, well, that's bad, but not horrific. But it turned out there was a ramp. It was just a little bit of a longer trip I had to make to use the ramp to get up to where I needed to get to the front door. So it all worked out. I was able to manage to first take all the waters in the first trip with my flatbed cart, And then in the second trip, I took the rest of the groceries and dropped them off, and it wasn't bad really at all. It was just heavy. You know, everything is so heavy. Just about all the items were so heavy. So the hardest part was just the transferring of the stuff from the car to the flatbed, and then off of the flatbed to the front door. So if there had been stairs, I'd be dripping in sweat right now. But thankfully, it was just a first floor delivery. So, whew, man, I'm glad that's done. And yeah, so now I'm headed back home. And if I get back home, I'll do the wrap up either probably at home or in the car when I pull into the garage or whatever. Okay, so something came in from Uber Eats, and that'll be the last one. We are going to go to Starbucks, getting $7, 2.3 miles. Time is 8:47 a.m. I should be completely done no later than about, I would think 9:15. At 9:30 would be pushing it, but I would say 9:15 I'll be done.
Turn left, then turn left. Turn left.
My life is still the gym.
The order wasn't ready, and it's a huge order. The bag is so heavy. The lady's like, please keep your hand at the bottom of the bag to make sure the handle doesn't break, you know, and stuff goes falling everywhere. So I said, okay, I'll make sure I put my hand at the bottom of the bag. So now it's gonna make it difficult for me to film or record the video, because now I have to use both hands to hold the bag.
Just ahead, turn left on Canyon Highlands Drive using the left lane.
I guess I'll just do the best I can like I always do. Gotta just go 0.4 miles
turn
from here.
Turn left on Canyon Highlands Drive.
And it's a house, and it's a leave at the door, and they gave a gate code, but this particular community, the gate code doesn't work, so I'm gonna have to sit there for a couple minutes and message them and tell them to open the gate with their clicker or whatever the hell they use to open the gate. Well, the person has not answered my text messages. When I tried to call them, it just went to voicemail. I'll try calling one more time. I guess I'll just keep calling. Oh, someone's gonna let me in. I guess they didn't have a clicker. They're probably just some young people.
Turn right on Sky Point Ridge Drive, then drop off on the right. Drop off on the right.
Okay, folks, well, that kind of wraps it up. I went over the amount of money I should have made, so I never know what to do with that. I don't ever know if I should carry that over into the new week or just consider it bonus money. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll just sort of just make a mental note that I can make a little less money. It's not that much more money. I think, what am I over? I'm probably over by about $4 maybe, $4 or $5 over. I guess it doesn't matter. I just don't even worry about it. So anyway, this day was had a lot of unexpected surprises, a lot of heavy unexpected surprises. So really when it started off with the huge order of donuts at Pink Box, which was a pain because I thought I was going to get very little money for it, but it turned out I got a fair tip for the amount of stuff. But in the beginning I thought, oh, I'm not going to get the amount that I really should get for this huge of an order. And so that one was difficult. And then I think I've only done 3 deliveries, and I think the second one was the Sprouts one, and that was horrible too. So it was negative, and then the Starbucks one, it took forever to deliver, and I got stuck at the gate. So this was, even though the day was short, if this would have been a long day, I'd be in a really sour mood because all 3 deliveries had roadblocks and pain points. None of them were smooth. So especially for a Sunday to have something like that happen, man, that is not right. They're supposed to be kind to their delivery drivers on a Sunday. Not today. But little did they know that I had just a short day today, so they didn't get me. They didn't piss me off today. So all right, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on Monday when we start again at 0. Bye for now.